Hi guys, I hope everyone is doing great. Today we are talking about hydration, a subject that not that much people are talking about, but that's really important. Well, for me it's not really important to talk about it, so let's go. So the first thing is that hydration is something really important even for human, even for reptiles, even for insects, etc. For all living creatures, trees, plants, blah blah blah, etc. You know all that stuff. But the thing is that some people under considering that thing, if that makes sense, because they think, well, that was my case, and that I know some people that are all like that also. Changing water once a week, that's okay, that's great. The thing is, changing water once a week, it's still water for 1 week, and it can lead to some problems like bacteria, flagellates, and all that stuff. Even more if your water is not at the fresh side, but more at the middle thing, like my big enclosure, like Auda's and Garaga's enclosure, when the water bowl is not in the middle, nor in the hot side, nor in the cold side, but in the middle. But there is more chance to have bacteria in that water than in the water of Ishikis and Kaguyas, because this water bowl is in the middle, is at the cold side. Another stuff about that is that, so I think we have to change it daily, and this is a daily change. Of course, if you're not there for 2 days, it's not something they will die from it. Of course, most species, some may have some issues, but that's not the case for all species. But I'm talking here about more corn snake and ball pythons and the other snakes I saw on the internet and people I know that are keeping reptiles. So the thing is also that when you're changing the water, you have to, some people say room temperature, a bit hotter. Hotter is stupid for me, or fresh. Myself, I use a Berta that I put in the fridge, that is 5 Celsius or a bit more, less than 5 Celsius, 5 degrees Celsius, and it works really fine. I made a change from room temperature water to fresh water when I put it in the actual water bowl, and they go more often from the fresh water than in the room temperature water, from what I saw. I don't know if there is something like they use there as the refreshing kind of stuff, when you drink fresh water, it's not the same as room temperature water, you don't feel the same. I don't know if they feel that kind of stuff, but that's something I think, because that's how they do with me. Even though they don't go drink crazy because it's fresh water, but you have what I mean. You see what I mean? So about that burger, you have to know that here I live in Belgium, and the tap water from Belgium is horrible. Has a horrible taste, chemical products, you can't even name them. That's horrible, and that's something I used to use that kind of way, and that was a mistake. I think that can be a mistake, because all those chemical products that are not great for your snake. And the thing is also that when all those chemical products are not great for you, but if it's not great for you, it's not great for them. So now I have a Bertha, so that's a kind of water cleaner with those filters, etc. that's filtering water, and now I put water in it, let it for like an hour, half an hour, and then I put the water back in the water bowls. So this is something, if your tap water is not great, or if you prefer, you can have water from bottles, normal bottles. It depends on a lot of stuff. The thing is that what I know about water from bottles is with the plastic, etc. I had problems myself, so I don't use it anymore. So I use tap water, but tap water is not great. So now I use the Berta. I use the tap water with the Berta Thanks Berta, they are not sponsoring anything, but that's a great product. And so I will show you that, you know, I have voice and images, etc. As you may see that video. And this is the thing, this is something, a game changer for me, because I clean water, it cleans the water perfectly, it has another taste. It's clearly not the same water than it used to, and that's something really great about it. And I think, you know, changing the level or the quality of your reptiles water is something really important. Now about the water bowl, people say you need a water bowl where they can fit in. I can't show you here because a lot of stuff is going on, and no, I can show you it. But I had a big water bowl, corner water bowl. This is something I used. They didn't use it, so I went for a smaller one. Same volume, of course, but less area, so I can have more decoration, more hides, etc. So the thing is, if you can have, depending on the species, of course, if you have a green anaconda, for example, it's not the same as having an African rock python, or having a boa constrictor, or having a ball python, for example. Myself, as a ball python keeper, I give them a water bowl they can fit in. One can fit in there, two, but one is never using it, soaking in it. The second is using it, is soaking in it, but really rare, and so I don't think they use it that way. From what I saw, even though with cameras, when I was busy with cameras, the Google Cam Indoor, I never saw them using it as a bath. So, and bath can also be a great idea. Of course, you have to be a bit, you know, reasonable. You don't put the same volume water, a ball python in the same volume as an anaconda, for example, a green anaconda, for example, to have the two extremes. The thing is that, of course, they drink from their mouth, but also they drink from their, like us, actually, they hydrate from the humidity in the air, from the when they're soaking, actually, etc. etc. Same for lizards, same for snakes, and for tortoises and turtles, same for reptiles in general. The thing is also that, you know, that thing of having a big water bowl, blah blah blah, it all depends on the species, because desertic species, for example, I will take a horned viper, desert horned viper, for example, they are not actually using water because naturally they don't have that much of water. But of course, give them water bowl. Desertic species, tropical species, subtropical species, Antarctical species. I don't know, maybe you have an Arctical species, or I don't know from where you are, and I don't know from what kind of reptiles you have, I don't know. Even whatever the habitat of your snake or reptile is, give them water bowl. Of course, a horned viper that will hide most of the time in the desert, in the sand, it's not the same water bowl that you will need for these for a green anaconda of a short-tailed python. This is not the same, and of course, the bigger the snake is, the bigger the water bowl needs to be. It's something, it's common sense, and you know, it's just something you need. You don't need to. You need to see how the reptile is interacting with the water bowl. You have to know how it's, you know, how is their environment, etc, etc. So this is a long video, I think. I will end with this, with how I clean up all my stuff. So the thing is that I put the water bowl out of the enclosure, I reverse it, so I throw the water, the dirty water, and then I clean it up. So once a week I clean it up deep, and then I spot clean. We can talk about spot cleaning. So I just dry it, then I put it back in the enclosure, and then I let it dry for half an hour, depending. I do it when the snakes are out. So depending on how much time the snakes are out, when I put the snake back, I put the water back, and so here we go. So that's it for today. I hope you liked that video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Don't forget to support QSR, guys. It's very important, and I hope to see you on the next video, guys. Bye.